Well, this really was not the news that I was ready for or expecting today. Well, yesterday when you're watching this, but 1047 Games just announced that Splitgate will cease development. This admittedly hits really hard. I've been a huge advocate for Splitgate since its release back in 2019. It's been one of the few first-person shooters to really capture my attention and hold it. And still feels, it feels so pure to the original format, to the original arena shooter style. And I've leveraged my complaints against it, but they've always responded greatly to it, taken my feedback to heart, and in some ways, actively implemented things that I requested. And to top it all off, I literally just got into Splitgate's brand new MVP program, which meant if you were buying SplitCoin, you could use Epos Vox at checkout and give a little credit back to me, but there's kind of no point now. I do appreciate the 1047 team for bringing me on to their their MVP partner program, and I hope I can continue expanding that in the future and helping out with Splitgate 2 or whatever the new game is. The official statement reads, I'm not going to read it verbatim. I don't make that kind of content. I trust that you're capable of reading yourself if you clicked on this video, but effectively, the original Splitgate game, as you may or may not know, was only developed by a small handful maybe of people as a college project. The scope was very small. It was supposed to be just this little, arena shooter with portals, kind of a gimmicky idea. It wasn't meant to be this whole big thing, but it's had huge success, and they got together and, raised funds and built what is effectively a AAA class-ish of studio. They have a very big studio behind them now, and they have a lot of good ideas. I've talked with the team, a couple members of the team, and given my own feedback and things like that. And I know for a fact that they have a ton of good ideas and a ton of things they want for the direction of the game. But it just seems that the frustration, the complexity, the problems of updating such a old / small in scope game built by only a handful of people to accommodate this bigger development cycle as well as all of the new things they want to do with it is just too much. And it doesn't make sense for them to continue that. And rather than, keep trying and failing or whatever, they're just immediately cutting it off and pushing that development to a new title. They said it's still going to be a shooter, it's still going to have portals, it's still going to be free to play, and it'll be built with Unreal Engine 5, which is very exciting. It'll be a new game in the Splitgate universe. It'll be revolutionary, not evolutionary, which does have me concerned, but given the requests that I've made, the feedback that I've given about what I want to see changed, not a bad idea. In some ways, I am very upset by this. I am a huge fan of Splitgate. I wanted to see it continue to exceed and to succeed more, and I wanted to be a part of this partner program and keep working with them for the long haul. Obviously, I've been given no breakup. It doesn't mean that they're kicking me out of anything. But to me, the whole reason I was advocating so strongly for Splitgate was it represented the idea that the classic shooter, that the not attention span farmed first person shooter could still be done today and still be enjoyed by people who have never played the older ones and who don't get into all that stuff. And I think it succeeded at that goal. And so the idea that they're now shutting it down is kind of terrifying. But the good news is it's still going to be playable. They said they have absolutely no plans to shut it down. And I've basically metaphorically held, them at I'll say knife point, I guess. Not really. But, to make sure that if they ever do shut down the servers, it'll still be playable on LAN. We'll still be able to run private servers, whatever is needed for that. But that all your stuff you have is going to stay in the game, and they have no plans on shutting it down. So we can keep playing, keep enjoying it as we were. They do still have a new content drop with a new battle pass on September 15th. And as a thank you for playing, since it would be dumb to start charging you money for a game that is shut down in terms of development, they're going to make the battle pass free, which is freaking awesome. They said game support will continue. There will still be smaller updates and fixes, so it's not like, they're cutting it off and any big problem that comes up could ruin the game. That is very exciting, and they are overtly making sure that we know that it's, as they said, a see you soon, not a farewell. So it's bittersweet, but I think it's the right call. And honestly, I think the suddenness of the announcement, because again, they were just revamping and relaunching their partner program. They were just working with partners to get their sprays in the game. Like, we had a lot ongoing here. The suddenness of this tells me that it's probably the right call. That it means that they have ideas and real development that they are trying to do to put content in the game, to continue to develop the game to where it needs to be. And that they truly cannot do it in this engine, so they just want to go ahead and make the new game. I would not be surprised if they already had like a Splitgate build up and running in the UE5 already, Unreal Engine 5, and that they are just they're like, whoa, this is so much better, we can do everything we need to do, and they're just running headfirst with that. And that makes me excited. I hope either publicly or for those of us who are MVPs, some of us, I just hope there's some sort of insight at some point, because right now they're like, oh, we can't say very much about the new game. I hope there's some insight into the development process, into the features and ideas that they have for it, because it will be incredibly exciting to watch this develop. This is one of those studios where this kind of change, I want them to make a Vidoc. I want a documentary crew following them around. I want to be that documentary crew, but I want a documentary crew following them around, documenting the development of this game for like a no-clip video or something. And then when the game's released, we get this big documentary about how they made it happen. But I do have some causes for concern, admittedly, just in the fact that this is a huge gamble. It was already a gamble to like keep developing on what was probably a small, a code base and a game base that didn't have the capacity for what they're trying to do with their operation now. But it is a huge gamble to say that your one game that you have, that you've already struggled to gain and hold relevance and, audience awareness and participation in. Like, it's... I'm trying to figure out my wording for this, because the fact that they're doing this is a testament to the success of Splitgate. Splitgate has outgrown its original vision and team by a long shot. Like, they went from a super tiny team developing it as just a quick project and, a passion project to a AAA studio. This is a testament to the game's success. But it's also a massive gamble on the game's success, because this is the kind of thing that hurts momentum, and we have to wait, 2-3 years maybe? Maybe in some dream world, 18 months, if they can do that without crunching and without just shoveling out something terrible. We gotta wait a long time to actually get another playable game. So for more content and development and stuff, like, that's always been the big thing, is like, these days with short attention spans and Twitch strip feed content, blah, 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 this is a huge gamble to see if they'll be able to bounce back when the new game is available. I'm very concerned about what that reality will look like, but I am incredibly excited. I will still be playing Splitgate. I'll still be posting it. We got other stuff too. It's very unfortunate timing, because I just got into the MVP program at like the end of July, and then I effectively took all of August off of gaming. Wasn't intentional, but that's just how my life rolls sometimes. I had a bunch of big projects come up at the start of August for the main channel, Epos Fox. So lots of hardcore work on that, and I really needed to focus on that. And then I got sidetracked with my obsession with AI art, which launched into its own channel, which is now booming. And then at the end of August, I went to Retro World Expo and met up with some of my friends I haven't seen in years, and some I've never gotten to meet. And now our shed that I'm moving my workshop into, so I can completely renovate the studio and office into something better, is now 2 weeks early, so we're working on that. So like, I literally haven't gamed in over a month in the entire time since I've become MVP. And now they're announcing that the game's over. I don't know. It's upsetting, but I do think it's going to be for the best. And I think in a year or two, whenever we get real looks or playable versions of whatever comes next, I will still be standing here making that point. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've uploaded. Let me know your thoughts. Let's discuss it. And let's keep playing Splitgate. For real. It's so good. There's no reason not to. And in fact, I'm still going to edit up a video from my live stream I did when they had the no portal stuff about my thoughts on Splitgate without portals. And maybe kind of adapt that, because that was supposed to be right after it happened, and then I wasn't able to make the video, but we'll kind of adapt it to what those implications are for the next game. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Be kind. Rewind.